Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, in today's video, I want to give you a bit of encouragement. Whether you're a wedding photographer or a nature photographer, whether you're just starting out or whether you've been doing this for a long time. What has come up, and the reason that I'm doing it is because within 1 week, I heard from two separate photographers, one a local photographer that I do a lot of printing for, and another photographer who's, well, internationally known, they're not from Canada, has a huge business and that I'm helping to mentor. Now, the person that I'm helping to mentor, I'm not teaching them how to take pictures. I'm not doing a lot of that stuff. What I'm doing for this person is I'm helping them with a huge business. Their business is massive. In fact, in a month, this person makes more than most photographers make in a year. And this person is struggling because their company is so large, they need help to get things under control. And while I was talking to both of these photographers, the local one and the one I'm mentoring, they brought up the same, almost verbatim issue. And I thought, I've heard this so much over the last few years, I need to bring it up on this channel. So what is it? Well, it's how you deal with others. It's how you make yourself feel when you look at other people's posts, when you read their social media accounts. And this is for business and non-business as well. It's how you take criticism, how you take stuff, and how you let it affect you. And I'll put up my hand. I'm just as bad as anyone. In the early days of doing my business, I suffered every time somebody didn't book with me. Every time I saw a photographer on a Saturday shooting a wedding that I didn't have a wedding, it hurt a lot. But today we're getting a lot of these people that online that are only posting the glory stuff, that are only posting those shots that look beautiful and saying, oh, I did this wedding and it was just an amazing weekend. And I did this wedding and it was just perfect. And we don't know about all the stuff that went on. Here's a couple examples. Several years ago, I saw this post online about a photographer I know quite well. And I know the assignment. I know what they were shooting and everything like this. And I also know that the weekend that they shot, it was insanely hot. It was humid and they just about died from the heat. In fact, they told me that they had changed their shirts so many times that they actually didn't have any clean, dry shirts with them because the sweat was just pouring off of them. Now, not one of their social media posts did they mention sweat pouring off of them. Not one of their social media posts did they mention how badly they smelled by the end of the day. Not one of those social media posts mentioned anything about that. But several of their social media posts look just amazing. Their second shooter captured them arranging the bride's dress and helping the bride over this and helping the groom. And the pictures just looked amazing. And I know a number of photographers who looked at that and said, why is it I don't have that much fun shooting pictures? Why is it I don't have all of that glory when I'm doing pictures? On the opposite side of things, locally, there was a photographer around here who did a wedding. This was 3 or 4 years ago. It was before COVID. It was outside. It was in January, and it was cold. It was minus 30 something. I forget what it was, 32 or 33. The wind was insane, and this photographer just about died. They came in here. We got talking about it. I knew where they were shooting and everything, and they said it was bad. Like we thought we were going to die. It was so cold. And we had a good laugh about it and everything. And this photographer's like, no, it was just bad. Well, I've seen their social media posts about it. They still reuse those social media posts. And it looks amazing, these pictures. The photographer helping a bride over this snowbank. Oh, it just looks amazing. They look adorable. Everything looks perfect. But I know photographers who have seen that and said, well, I don't look like that when I'm shooting pictures. And so many times we as photographers, as people in general, see all the glory on social media and we don't remember that those are all made up. And both this photographer that I'm mentoring online and the local photographer said the exact same things. They feel like failures because every wedding doesn't go the same. Every shoot doesn't go the same. When they shoot nature and wildlife, they don't go out and sit in a blind and sip cocktails and eat hors d'oeuvres and take amazing pictures that National Geographic come banging on their door for. Sometimes they're going through mud. They're going through cow manure. They're going through barbed wire fences and ripping their pants and cutting themselves. They don't tell you all that stuff. In fact, just recently, a photographer I know was leading an expedition. All the pictures that came from this expedition looked amazing. I was envious. I would have loved to have been there. Well, I know somebody who was there as an assistant. I was talking to this assistant, and I said, so I see that trip. It was just amazing. And, oh, I wish I would have been there. And he goes, no, you didn't. You don't want to be there. You did not want to be there. I said, oh, what's wrong? And they went through the list of all the stuff that they dealt with. And the main photographer, I was told, was just a miserable, absolutely unbearable to work with person, and was complaining the entire time about the conditions and about what they had to endure and about being sick. And it was just, they said it wasn't good. But they're putting these pictures up constantly of this group saying, it was amazing. We hope to see you on our next expedition. Yeah, it's not always the way you see it. And most of the time it's not. All the time I would say it's not. Even my own stuff, when I put it up, I think, well, is that how it actually looked? Well, yeah, it's pretty close. But it's the good pictures, not the bad pictures. Likewise on YouTube. So many times I see people on YouTube talking about all the good stuff. And even when they talk about the bad stuff, they sort of gloss over it. Oh, yeah, we had this. It was a bit of an issue, but we got through it. Yeah, well, you got through it, but you had a nervous breakdown. You ended up in hospital because you were so sick. You had to be put on an IV because it made you so sick. Like, come on, stop glossing over it. So people understand you're not a failure. 99% of the times, it's just what you're seeing online that makes you feel like that. Accept that they're just posting the good stuff, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's wedding photography or nature photography. Accept that you have to do work to become a success, that you have to go through the barbed wire fences, that you have to step in the cow droppings, that you have to go through the mosquito infestations, that you have to work when it's hot or cold. Accept the fact that it takes work to be a success. The other thing that I was told from both of the photographers, and again, this is freaky as the other one is how upset they get when they're attacked by others. They say they try to be honest, they try to put out the stuff, but of course they're only putting out a lot of the good stuff as well. They admit it, but they will get posts where they're tagged in and they'll go and read it, and it'll say stuff about them that just drags them down. Again, people, a lot of people out there can't stand you to have success. They can't stand that you're doing work and they're not. So let it roll off your back like water off a duck's back. Just let it go. Accept that you're going to have issues. Accept you're going to have challenges. Do your best to improve yourself and move on. Only by doing that will you become a better person and a better photographer. And only then will your business start to grow. Your business isn't going to start to grow by just opening the door tomorrow, closing the door tomorrow night and saying, well, have I made my $1 million for the month? You're going to have to fight for it, work for it. You're going to have to improve yourself. You're going to have to do stuff. But don't let other people drag you down to second guess what you're doing. So until next time, have yourself a great day. Get out there and take some pictures. Enjoy your time doing it, no matter what you do. Learn more and get better pictures and just keep moving on. We'll talk to you again. Bye-bye now.